I keep putting these off till the end of the week because I don't have anything. I can't say anything during the week because I'm still working during the week. I probably should figure out a way of staggering these so that, the next... So, next week's video would be talking about this week. That way I have time to edit it, and I could be filming the other video while I edit it. But, while I edit the first video. But, so far, I don't have that. I did some work on what I'm calling the Whimsy RPG, but really I actually spent more time on the serious Pathfinder game. I know, I said I wouldn't be working on that because I couldn't sell it. It wouldn't be working toward productive property. However, I have been wanting to spend time with people, and I've been wanting to play an IRL game. And I know Pathfinder way better than I know Shadowrun. So, I am working on actually getting a local game set up. Getting a couple of my close friends to play, maybe get some friends of friends, and this way that me and my wife would be able to interact with more people than the very few people we talk with on a regular basis. That's the plan, at least. So I worked on getting the villains pantheon sorted. This is sort of going against how I normally do things, because usually I consider the pantheon first, because, well, I'm a Christian. I believe God made the world first, and so I should consider what the powers that are working on a macro level behind the scenes are before I start delving into what the NPCs are doing. Or at least that's my usual modus operandi. However, in this case, because I'm taking so heavily, or I'm being so heavily influenced by a particular genre and a particular brand, I'm actually starting with the villain first, and I'm working upward to the deities that he is basically petitioning regularly. And we're going to run with that particular idea, sort of working backwards, because that's what I think is going to be, that's what the characters are going to be interacting with. And so because that's what the characters are interacting with, I want to get that correct, and once that's correct, I can sort of mold the world around it. It's usually, again, this is usually backwards to how I world build. I usually start with the deities, how they interact, what is the macro level, what is the significant, deep spiritual significance behind what's going on a larger level, and then I take that and use that as a template for what is going on a smaller level, but that's not happening this time. I also spent some time finishing up working on the miniatures that I started last week. I realized I didn't really give you a good example of what I did, so here's some video footage of me doing it. But that's really just kind of a small note. I'm thinking I might need to... I hate to say this, but I might need to ease up on myself and just sort of pick a battle. Not do all the battles at once. Don't do miniatures and writing necessarily, but I might do both. I don't know. It's crazy. Part of my philosophy, and I'm kind of jumping back to the Pathfinder topic here. I'll probably end up playing just some Kingmaker footage in the background. I don't know. Part of my philosophy when making anything is that the whole of the parts have to come together, otherwise it doesn't work. This probably has to do with the fact that I trained myself to do video, and in video, every component needs to be working at its optimal level, otherwise it ruins the experience for the viewer. If the cinematography is bad, no one can see anything, it ruins the experience. If the lighting is wrong, it can entirely rip someone out of the emotion in the scene or what is trying to be conveyed, and that's assuming they can't be seen, they can even see, right? Most movies nowadays are so dark at night that no one can see anything. It's like you have to allow for some light. There's a willful suspension of disbelief that occurs. Sorry, that's a rant on a meme thing I saw. If sound is broken, oh lord, sound is the quickest way. You want to ruin someone's experience? Play bad sound. That's just how it is. I know my sound isn't very good, but this is a vlog, and I'm stuck with what I got. So yeah, when I sort of take this you have to get everything right approach, and it's not necessarily even like right, it has to be right, like it has to be correct. It just has to work together correctly, right? You can have something not be good, but if it serves the overall experience that it is, like, you know, that it isn't necessarily the perfect prime thing. Like, if you're able to cut that cost a little bit and then put that cut cost into something else and have it gain more than you lose, then, you know, do it. That's sort of it. But in the case of making like an adventure path, right, or in the case of making a campaign, like the villains' motivations, the villains' actions, and the villains, like where the villains get their power, all of that to me needs to be connected. Like, you can't separate those out. Obviously, you can't separate that out. That's all part of the villain's nature. But then that also plays into, how are the characters going to react? What do I prepare? How do I prepare? Can I predict what the characters are going to do? Hint, the answer is no. Okay, well, if I can't prepare for what they're going to do, how do I prepare? Right? What do I assume? What can I tell the characters, hey, or tell the players, hey, I need you to suspend disbelief on this lighting thing over here? And will they be willing to do that? Sure, you know, that's sort of the whole, that's what I'm currently grappling with, and that's assuming I can even get players, you know, to actually play. So, another probably longer than I anticipated video this week. I don't know. But we've been really busy. I have a lot of catch-up work I've got to do, and I've been helping my wife with logistical, family, financial things, and I've been looking for work. So here we are. Incidentally, I'm going to be opening up my Fiverr gig, so if you want me to paint your miniature, feel free to ask. I also can 3D print. There you go. Plug. Also, go to patreon.com/everysquareinch and sign up for them and hear about the Bible and stuff. Yeah, it's fun. I work for him too. The more money he makes, the safer I am.